So this is our third year working with the Character Network, our third implementation of the program. And what we've seen as most impactful is it's changing the language our children use. They're really talking about what it means to be a hero and how heroes help and bullies hurt. This has allowed them to feel empowered with this information, rather than running off to a teacher and tattling and putting the responsibility on the staff to solve their issues. They're really trying to work through it amongst their friends first. And then if they're still struggling with the issue, then they're able to go to a staff member. But the staff members are able to turn to them and say, have you started to talk this out first? Have you worked through it first? And with the stories that we're providing each and every week, the children are getting more and more examples of how you might work that out, how you would talk that through with a friend, and what other people might have done in similar situations. It really has decreased the amount of children that come through my office on a daily basis because they're starting to work together. They're not resorting to punching when they're upset with someone. They'll say, I'm trying to be a hero, and I want you to be a hero too. And then when they're not, they'll say, well, you know, bullies hurt. And that's become a very powerful stopping phrase, because when a student will say, bullies hurt, it allows that other person to take a moment and go, oh, what am I doing? And they reflect on their own behavior, which allows for them to either stop that behavior or extricate themselves from the situation and really regroup before they return. Now, it's not 100% that we're having these conversations, but because this is our third year, we're seeing it become more pervasive in our site. I'm sure that going forward in the next few years, this is just going to become the language of Anza.
And you can see that they're much more engaged and they're enjoying hearing about this important person that started out as just a child and now they're a hero. And so I think that has become kind of, it's a nice part of the week that we can discuss, wow, this is somebody who was just like me, but look, they became someone who gave back to the community or someone who changed the world in some way. And I think that's, they see themselves as a little person who may not be able to change the world, but I think now they're starting to see, hey, maybe if I do something, I can make a difference. And so, and I'm even seeing it in my classroom. We do a discussion about, oh, you're going out onto the playground. How are you going to be a positive person and not a bully? What's the difference between a bully and someone who's positive and a good helper and a good citizen out on the playground? And they say, oh, well, I can ask someone if they want to play, or I can be kind to someone. So they're starting to generate ideas instead of sitting there and not knowing. I think they're, you know, they're making that connection between the stories and what they're actually doing on the playground. And they came up with all kinds of good ideas, like just smiling at other people is really nice, Mrs. Arias. If I smile, and then they start saying, well, you have a nice smile, Mrs. Arias. So when you smile at me, that makes me want to smile. So, you know, it's just, it's kind of infectious. It starts out with that, just that one little idea, and then it kind of gets infectious in the classroom. So you can turn a very negative group of kids into a really positive. And that's what I've been noticing with the stories. I thought the assembly was really positive. I thought it was nice to put a face to the voice, because the voice is, you know, such a great, strong voice. And I thought it's nice for the kids to see that this is a real person who travels around and talks to young people. And I thought that it was energetic. Everyone was engaged, and they definitely got the point, because when I went back, I took notes and I asked kids, what did you learn? What did Jim Lord say? And they were point for point telling me, oh, he said that when he was a child, somebody was a hero to him, and he remembered that all his life. So they came and gave me specific examples of every single thing that Jim Lord said in the assembly, which was great. And I think some of that was because he sang to them, and kids remember things that people sing to them or chant. And so that was a really, you know, that was a nice little touch to have the song. And also, I think just, you know, the voice, putting the voice to the person that they listen to, I think that made it really meaningful. And also, just just talking about the opposites. The, you know, what's the opposite of a bully? A hero. What's the opposite? I think that's a nice connection too, because there's the flip side. You know, oh, I have a choice. I don't have to be a bully. I can be a hero, or I don't have to be, you know, down. I can be up. And I think, you know, that they were kind of making a connection between, it's a choice. I don't have to be this. I can be this. And it's more fun to be this because everybody likes people who are upbeat and happy. And so it was interesting. I really felt that, you know, as when I said who learned something from the assembly, all the hands shot up and they went, oh, he said this and he said that and he said, you know, the opposite of bully is, you know, and they went on and they were very excited about it. So